Okay.
I hear some loose-tongued crook kept talking to the law, so they made him food for the buzzards.
Okay, hey, what's up?
This place is cursed.
Okay. We are live right now. Okay, and let me just put this on Twitter here. Okay, here we go. Okay, hey guys, how's everyone doing today? Thank you. I'm gonna have more parts of the LA Noire walkthrough coming up too. Next part of Fallout 3 is also gonna be that creepy Vault 106. Hey Jacob, how are you? Okay. I know people have requested I start these streams a lot earlier, so I'm trying to start a lot earlier than I normally do, and next week I'll try to start like, you know, 1 or 2 hours earlier than today too. Okay.
Oops, careful. Ah!
Here we go, this is what I was looking for. Oh, hey Dark Space, how are you, man? I haven't seen you in some time. How you been? Oh, hey Red Dead Redemption Outlaw, hey. Can you please go back to starting streams later at night? I prefer it that way. Well, tell me, sweet, what time works best for you? Like, what's the best time for you? Because, like, I don't want to start streams too, like, really late my time, because I fixed my sleeping schedule. My sleeping schedule is, like, back under control. So I'm just trying to, you know, keep that, like, good. But just tell me what times work for you, and, you know, maybe I could try to schedule, like, another stream, like, so it works better for you. Thank you, Dark Space. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll do the getaway. I'll do the getaway one day. I actually I have one of the getaway games. I played them on PS2. I just don't remember which one I played, but I remember I beat the game. The getaway game that I played, it was like you were at this gym, and it was like the people in the gym, I think, were like part of some gang or something like that, and then like the people at the gym later died. And you played as like this tactical cop, like this kind of like British SWAT guy. You played as him for like some of the games. I forget which one that was, but like I remember you played as a cop a bunch of the missions too. That's Black Monday. Okay. Around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Or wait, let me just make sure CST is what I'm thinking. Yeah, Central Time Zone. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, I could... Is there any other time that also works for you, sweet? Because I'm just trying to, keep my sleeping schedule good, but, can you play Watch Dogs 2, Side Filter 3, and Red Faction Remastered? Yes! Actually, all of those games are actually games that I plan on playing. I'm actually gonna play Watch Dogs 1 also later this month, too. Thank you, Captain. Okay, I actually know where this guy is. I'm pretty sure I know where he is. I think he's like back here. Yup.
Son of a bitch. Run, you idiots! You're in serious trouble when I get out of this.
There we go.
Come on, don't do this.
Hanowak. car. Fall of 2025.
Jesus.
Okay, sweet. Have I ever played LA Noire? Yes, I have. I actually beat LA Noire, but I never beat LA Noire on console. When I beat LA Noire back in the day, I beat the PC version. That's the version I played. So, I did beat LA Noire.
Jesus.
The thing is, though, is that the police, especially in that time period, in like the 1940s, police were very racist in that time period. I'm trying to remember. I think LA had let me look up when because I remember I watched a documentary on this a long time ago. I just looked something up.
Oh shit, not again.
Okay, there was a
Shit for brains.
there was in the 1940s, I think it was the 1940s. There was this one case, and I think I'm trying to remember what show I saw this on. Was it on? Was it Perfect Crime? I think it was one of those shows. It was like one of those like investigation discovery shows. I watched it like years ago.
Put him in a cell and we'll talk about
Thank you, Sean. Hey,
compensation.
Pro, buy a cookie with this kind of gift from me. Enjoy, man. Thank you, Golden Stripe. Would I ever make a play for Skyrim? Oh yes, definitely. Thank you,
Damn good
Jacob,
job
for
getting it to me
the.
with some
Thank you for the
kicks
super
still
chat
left.
too. But okay, so I'll tell you guys actually
got your bounty
a
money
crazy
here.
story. I'm actually surprised that LA Noire doesn't have like a case like this, or like based on this case, because this was like this. I'm pretty sure this was LA where this happened too. But basically, in the it was either the 1940s or the 50s. What happened was there was this this hill like around LA, the LA Hills. I don't remember what that area is called, like the hills that are around LA. Basically, like couples would pull up there in their cars and they would make out, and there was this guy that would basically just like approach the couples in their car, and what he would do is he would show a fake badge, and he would basically say LAPD. He would handcuff the boyfriend, and then what he would do is he would actually rape the girl. And this guy, you know, raped dozens of women doing this. He would just do the exact same thing. He would, in the hills, when there was like a couple making out, he would walk up to them, you know, show a badge, and he would say LAPD, and he would like cuff the boyfriend, handcuff the boyfriend in the car, and then what he would do is he would rape the girl that was in the car. And so there was so many victims, but what happened is the guy who was doing this was black, and the cops at that time were convinced that the suspect, the person that was doing this, was one of the black cops. But what the detectives didn't think about was maybe this guy isn't actually a cop, maybe that he's actually impersonating a cop. But the detectives at the time were convinced that this was a black cop that was working for them. And they only had one black cop in LA at that time. There was one or two black cops. It was very little black cops that were working at that time period. So you know what the police did? The police arrested that single black cop that was working for the LA. There was no evidence that this guy had done this. They had just simply arrested that guy because he was the only black cop. Anybody can show a fake badge and say LAPD. The guy was not even in a police uniform. He had a badge constantly. He would just say LAPD. So the cops in the 1940s, they arrested the one black police officer, falsely arrested him. They had him in jail. And the story gets even crazier, because while that black cop was actually in jail, that guy was still going around raping women. So he would still pull up, like when couples were making out, he would say LAPD, he would handcuff the boyfriend to the car, rape the girls, while their suspect was in jail. So they arrested the wrong guy. And one of the detectives that was on the case, he said, "We've got the wrong guy. We've got an innocent guy right now in jail." And do you know what all the other detectives said? The other detectives said that he's guilty. He probably like hired a friend of his to impersonate the LAPD and rape women while he's in jail to create himself an alibi. That is how stupid the cops were. The cops were really stupid and they were really racist. That's how dumb the other detectives were. They were like, oh well, he. So they arrested this guy thinking that he's a rapist. put him in jail, and then the rapist was still going around raping people while the guy was in jail, and then the other detectives are like, oh, he probably hired somebody to rape people. Like how would he even do that while he's in jail? And that story just, that claim just sounds so ridiculous, that he would like hire somebody to like rape people. But that is honestly how stupid and how racist the cops were, especially in that time period in the 40s. I'm actually surprised that LA Noire doesn't have a case very similar to that, because that was like a famous case, I think, that happened in LA. So but yeah, that's like a perfect example of just the racism that happened with the police back then. And as for the guy who was actually raping the women, they actually did end up getting him. They actually, how they got him is they did a police sting. That's how they did. Is they basically were like in the area where he was. They were cops that were pretending to be a couple, and he tried to pull up on them, and he ran away. One of the detectives chased him down and shot him. He had a gun on him. I don't think he killed him. I think he just wounded him, but he shot him too. So that is and they ended up arresting the guy. The cop actually ended up getting freed, but after the cop got freed, he resigned from the LAPD. He didn't feel like working for the LAPD anymore. I don't honestly blame him, because that was just such a ridiculous situation. Is the cops failed in that case? They were just so stupid. What's this case called? I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But I saw it on Investigation Discovery a long time ago. I saw it on Investigation Discovery, but that was yeah, that was just stupid. So like anybody can impersonate a cop, but the cops were just basically, the other cops were just convinced that the only other black cop was the one who did it, when there's no evidence in that. And the what I will say about it is, I think that some of the detectives that arrested him knew that he was innocent, but I think they didn't care. I think that's also a possibility there, because he was like the only other black cop that was working for them, and I think they just didn't like him. So I think that is that's also a strong possibility too. My favorite drink, Nesquik, probably strawberry. Let me see if I can actually look up this case. Yeah, it's a little hard for me to find it. I can't find it. I'm just looking it up. I'm pretty sure it was LA. It was LA. It was either the 40s or the 50s when this had happened. Yeah, I can't seem to find the case here right now. I saw it on Investigation Discovery a long time ago. I think it was Perfect Crime. I think that's the show that it was on, was Perfect Crime. Oh, and I forgot to mention also the black cop that was falsely accused at that time. His wife was white, and I think that's another reason they hated him. The other cops hated him for that too, and so they just treated him like crap, and they they put an innocent man in jail. But thankfully, he was eventually released. But honestly, I don't blame him for resigning as a cop, because I would not want to work in a toxic environment like that either too. But yeah, that's it. Is the police were a lot more corrupt back then, and there was just way more widespread cases of racism, and it was just a much more unfair time. Let's see here. Take-Two said that it'll be released. All right, and tomorrow is tomorrow's the anniversary, right? Tomorrow's the anniversary of Red Dead Redemption 1. It is, right? Let me see. Just curious, what race would you play as in Skyrim during your playthrough? I probably would play as a Imperial, Dark Elf, or a Nord. That's who I probably would play as. What's the moral and ethical thing to do with Harold the tree? I mean, I know he wants to die, but doesn't keeping him alive help the wasteland? Well, keeping him alive will, you know, cause more trees to sprout all over the wasteland. But what I will say about that is you have to respect Harold's wishes and what Harold wants, too. That, I think that people are just thinking about it because ultimately it's Harold. You know, Harold has the right to choose what he wants to do. Okay. Let me go over to my my moonshine shack then. Probably should get better ability cards. I mean, you don't like my ability cards, Jay? I mean, no, Peyton. Honestly, some people are, honestly, some people are what I would say is, wanting, like, Red Dead Redemption 3 to be a prequel, but I don't want Red Dead Redemption 3 to be a prequel. I'd rather play as Jack. Cloak and Bell farm rate is okay. Not the best, but it's okay. Oh, he wrote The Getaway too? I didn't know that, Cameron. Why haven't they made another Getaway game? Like, did the studio collapse or something? No, I never learned to play an instrument. GTA series has, proof of what? What does he have proof of? Probably capturing him is probably canon. GTA 6's release date. Okay. I'll try Far Cry 5 one day. Much love from Romania and Nigeria. Well, thank you, R. The Raiju's a great jet, yes. No, I never killed Parthenax in Skyrim. me go to my, do a New York accent. Hey, how you doing? What are your thoughts on high levels in Reddit? Well, I don't really encounter that many people that are high level that are toxic on this game. No, I've never visited Italy. Can you say forget about it? Oh, you mean like in an accent? Forget about it. Delphine is really annoying, yep.
Very good. This will be a strong one.
Thank you, Jacob, and thank you, Generals. What if Cole Phelps and Phoenix Wright met? Huh. Well, they both lived in very different time periods. But if they, both met,
Now we wait.
yeah, Duolingo isn't gonna teach you to speak fluent, but it'll teach you basics of a language. I don't know what that would be like. Also, LA Noire is a lot darker game than, darker and grittier than Ace Attorney. Hey, I'm walking here. Yeah, they say it like that in Liberty City Stories. Oh, take it easy. Do you think it's possible for a foreigner to become fluent, almost like a mother tongue? What you mean? You mean to become fluent like it's their original language? Yeah, 100%. I think that if somebody moves to another country and they speak that language, and they practice that language, like after a few decades, you know, I think they'll be able to speak it fluently. Like, you know, some people can speak fluently after, you know, even like a couple years, but I think, like, to speak 100% fluently, I think after a couple of decades, somebody could speak just as well as, like, you know, somebody from, yeah, somebody from that country. I know a lot of young people that, are, like, you know, around my age, that are actually from a lot of different countries. And they actually learn English in schools, and they speak English on PlayStation really well. Like, really, really good. It's, like, if they didn't have an accent, you would think that they're, you know, a native English speaker. Huh, Cameron, tomorrow's the big undisputed title fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. I'll bet on whoever you say will win. I don't know those fighters. I don't, Raiden. But I can tell you that when it comes to the Mike Tyson and the Jake Paul fight, I think that Mike Tyson is gonna win that. People are saying, oh, you know, Mike Tyson is too old. Mike Tyson is gonna lose. You know, the thing is, though, is that if Mike Tyson fought any of us here, he would destroy us. Like, you know, I'm 29 years old. I would get absolutely destroyed by Mike Tyson. So it's like, literally, I'm convinced that Mike Tyson might be a bit older than Jake Paul, but I'm convinced that he's going to beat Jake Paul. Like, just beat him. Yep, he's gonna win. You say you're a fan of boxing, but not know those two. I don't watch boxing regularly, though. I watch boxing when it's like some big fight. That's like when I will watch it. When it's like something that's like, like, I don't watch it regularly, but if there's something that but it's what I prefer personally over UFC. I think the best modern boxer is probably Floyd Mayweather. I think that I don't think he's ever lost a fight. I think that I don't know if there is anybody that can beat him. I don't think there is anybody that can beat him. The thing about that is, when I played Fight Night Champion, when I did the story in that game, there was a few people that actually told me in the comments that DL McQueen, who's the main antagonist in Fight Night Champion, like the corrupt boxing promoter, a lot of people told me in the comments that that DL McQueen is basically a parody of the corrupt boxing promoters. That there's like a lot of corruption that goes on in boxing. And I asked one of my friends who knows boxing like really well. I asked him like what kind of corruption goes on in boxing, and he said that it's not necessarily that the fights are rigged, but that what happens is the boxing promoter will choose like fights that he knows the fighter will win, and just to keep him an undefeated streak. And so basically the promoters are in control of basically who gets a fight, when they get a fight, and because of that they're gonna only control the fights that they want to win or lose. What's your opinion on Jack Kelso compared to Cole Phelps? I'll tell you this, that one of the lessons that's in LA Noire, and this is a lesson that I think a lot of people don't realize, that when you go back to when there's those World War II flashbacks, hi WRV, when there's those World War II flashbacks of Cole Phelps, like when he's a commanding officer, he is an absolute idiot. He's an incompetent officer, he's a terrible officer, he's a terrible leader. But when you go to his scenes, like when he's a cop, he's actually a really good cop. He's actually a smart cop, he's an honest cop, and he knows how to investigate crimes very well and read into people very well. But yet he's a very terrible, military commander. And the lesson that the game is trying to tell you with that is that everybody is basically good and bad at something. Like there's something that somebody might be completely incompetent and stupid at, but they might be really good at something else. So in Cole's case, he's a very excellent, cop, but he's absolutely a terrible leader. And so that's I think that's like one of the lessons that I think a lot of people don't mention with LA Noire. He's also a terrible husband and a father. Yeah, I mean, I could see that too. Yeah. The Blades quest from should be cut from Skyrim. It's a detour and a waste of time, huh? Thank you, Jacob, for the super chat. Hey GB, how are you, man? Johnny's death made sense in GTA 5. Ashley was a toxic partner. He was weak for her in GTA 4 already. He was bound to end that way. Yeah, but I just can't imagine Johnny starting to smoke meth. That's the thing about it. I just can't imagine that. Do you know why I get a notification late? I just get a notification about the stream. I don't know. That happens to some people. Sometimes, literally, when I upload like a playthrough, people will get a notification like an hour later after the playthrough's uploaded. I don't know why it happens.
Hello.
I probably will watch the soccer tournament, Zombie Fanatic.
Easier, I guess, for an amateur.
But I will say is don't underestimate Mike Tyson. I don't know why so many people. The thing is, I looked at what people are betting online, and like most people are betting on Jake Paul like winning that fight, which I don't know why so many people are convinced that Jake Paul is going to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is like a legend in the ring. I cannot imagine. And here's the thing is, if Jake Paul somehow manages to beat Mike Tyson, it is not going to be a close fight. If he even somehow manages to pull it off, it is not going to be a close fight. So I don't know how people like are just so confident that like Jake Paul is going to just beat Mike Tyson. I don't know how people. No, I haven't, Mr. Nowhere. I've just been so busy. I wasn't that much into it, Tip the Landlord. It was okay. No Patrick Mayonnaise, not an instrument. Getaway Probes, the channel. Yeah, but I think Mike Tyson is gonna go all in, too, on that. Because think about it, is Mike Tyson is gonna want his legacy. So this is like the first time that Mike Tyson is boxing in years, and Mike Tyson is not gonna want to get beaten easily. And so literally, this might be Mike Tyson's last fight ever that he ever does in his life. This one. So I think that Mike Tyson is definitely gonna do everything in his power to win that fight. Happy Friday. Been a while since I've been able to catch the streams. Love your Fallout 3 playthrough. Have you watched the series on Prime Video? If so, what are your thoughts? Iron Mike for the win. Thank you, Keiju. I am on episode 6 right now. I didn't get very far into episode 6, so I'm probably going to finish it this weekend. I didn't think Mike Tyson would care about losing until they confirmed it's a pro fight that will be on their official record. He doesn't want a loss to Jake Paul on his official record. Oh man, that's yeah. So I don't think yeah. So that's I think that Mike Tyson is going to do everything to try to win that fight. I don't think that. Yeah, and if Jake Paul, like I said, if Jake Paul somehow wins that fight, it is not going to be close. I try to work out 3 days a week. I haven't played much of The Witcher 3. How'd you get so much gold playing over time? Would I fight Jake Paul? No. What are your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows, Feudal Japan? I think this might be the first Assassin's Creed game that I pick up in, like, in years. Because this Assassin's Creed game, they stopped doing the ancient stuff. And so, this is gonna be a more... This is gonna take place, like, after Assassin's Creed, Revelations. Like, it's gonna take place between Assassin's Creed Revelations and Assassin's Creed 3. That's when this game takes place. This takes place in the 16th century. Honestly, what I will say about the Paul brothers is, the Paul brothers are always involved in some kind of controversy. I remember it was Logan who did that, I don't even want to say it, but anybody who knows what I'm talking about, he did that really disturbing thing in Japan a number of years ago. And then it was, Jake Paul was basically involved with, like, a bunch of people that broke into a shopping mall, like, a couple of years ago. I wish this gun had iron sights. Tasting dead rats? Wait, what are you talking about? You lose 1% of your testosterone each year after 30. Mike is 57. As dumb as it sounds, Mike could actually lose because it's incredibly hard to stay in that shape and not hurt yourself. But look, Sloppy, what I will say, thank you for the super chat. Like I said, if Jake Paul somehow manages to pull that off, if he does, it is not going to be a close fight. It's not going to be a, it's going to be a close fight. That's what I'll say about it. So if he does pull it off, it's going to be a close fight. It's not going to be like Jake Paul just destroying him. Have I ever played any of the Prince of Persia games? No, I didn't. I know they were back really big on the PS3 back in the day. Logan tasted dead rats sometime after the forest incident. Wait, did he? What? Wait. No. This is real. Oh, he tasted dead rats? I'm sorry if I read that wrong. I thought you said he tasted dead rats too. I was like, what the hell? But it's tasing the bodies of 2 dead rats on his patio? What the hell? What the... Hey Pro, could you give a quick shout out to my wife Veronica? We've been together for over 5 years. I have told her all about your work on GTA 5. Well, thank you, Keiju. Thank you. Hi to you and to Veronica. Thank you guys for the support on my channel. Hey, Pro, a guy searched through my luggage at Mexico's international airport. Kept me for like 20 minutes, and he kept asking for $300 in order for me to exit. Can you believe that? Wait, was this guy like some kind of airport agent? Who was this guy? No matter who wins the fight, Jake Paul will lose popularity. If he wins, he'll be known as the guy who beats up an old man. If he loses, he'll be known as the guy who lost to a retired old man. Here's the thing: is I honestly don't think Jake Paul cares about that. I think that I think the Paul brothers just care about money. I think that's all they care about. Because they do so much crap that makes people hate them, and they just keep doing it. So they're doing it for popularity and for money personally. So I don't think he really cares what people think of him. Wait, so you had a guy with like he was an airport agent in Mexico City, and he was asking you for $300 to pass? How did you get out of that situation? I don't know which Paul brother is worse, so I'm not gonna get into that. I think we can both agree that if Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were both 28, Jake wouldn't last 10 seconds. Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. I don't think, yeah, if he was, if Jake Paul was, if Mike Tyson was Jake Paul's age, yeah, he would destroy him, yeah. Wait, what's wrong, Ryan? Fine, no problem, Pro. Was just asking. Wait, asking about what? Would you ever make a playthrough of either Dark Souls or Sekiro? I don't know. I don't know if I'm too much into the games like that, Jacob, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna still finish Rise of the Ronin, so Rise of the Ronin, I'm gonna have, like, mid-next week, I'm gonna have the final part to stream. I've just been so busy lately. Oh. That agent soon realized that it was wasting his time, not mine. Did you report him? That's some corruption right there. An airport agent trying to take $300 from you. Ryan Hanks, what were you trying to ask me?
About time someone showed. Well, all right then. It's one of our couriers. Nice feller. Little stupid. But he don't overstay his welcome when he's passing through, so he's alright with me. He been detained at the Strawberry Jailhouse this past week. If he gets out of there, there's money for them that's done it. Understood? Well, okay. What are you waiting on?
I didn't even see your question, Ryan. What was your question? What kind of question is that, there? Kenny, that's a messed up question to ask. Is it okay asking what's your death row last, what's my death row last meal? If I only had one last meal, what would I eat? Probably sushi. What are you in for? I went into a public match in Call of Duty. Somebody is playing copyright music in his headset, and mine pick it up. I got a copyright, and I got thrown in prison. Oh, whew. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart my game because it's frozen here. General, can you please General, can you please invite me to the session? There was a stupid politician that actually wanted to throw people in prison for copyright claims on YouTube. I play some games on PC, Derry, but, yeah, I'll do GTA 4 stream on the next GTA 4 stream that I do, I'll do on Xbox. Could you replay the Godfather games with full DLC? What do you mean, Zach? I played all the DLCs, didn't I? Did you hear the Slovakian Prime Minister was shot 2 days ago? I did hear about that, yes. That's horrible. Can I cover Take-Two's news about GTA 6 release year? Possibly. I could do a video on that, Mr. Green. Do you prefer Aldo or Dominic? Probably Aldo. It was just, if you fought Jake was worse than Logan these days. No drama, pro. I don't know which one's worse, honestly. I don't like either of them. A U.S. soldier on duty got arrested in Russia? What do you mean on duty? There was bonus content for both games. Let me look this up then. The Godfather 2 DLC, game DLC. Let's see here. I think these are all just multiplayer. 12 challenges for the first one. They actually let you buy money as a DLC in Godfather 1? What the hell? I didn't know that. There's a place in Florida that serves the Godzilla sushi roll. It was the stuff of legends. Keep up the good work and enjoy the weekend, brother. I look forward to seeing you hit 1.1 million subscribers. You deserve the success. Thank you, Keiju. Thanks, man. What is the hardest boss that I fought in the game? Colonel Raddick on elite difficulty. Yeah, Colonel Raddick on elite difficulty in Killzone 2, I would say. General, can you invite me again, please? Please invite me again. He went to go meet a girl in Russia and got arrested by their police now. Putin has another pawn in his chessboard to use against the US. What I would say is, I I hope this guy gets out of prison, but if you're an American, like, why would you go visit Russia at the same time too, especially in this situation now? Because if you visit Russia, they're gonna try to arrest you for anything, like just basically for being an American. They won't tell you that it's for being an American, but they'll basically try to throw some ridiculous charges at you, and they'll probably try to take you hostage, and then they'll try to use you as a bargaining chip to get stuff out of the U.S. government. So literally, I don't know why anybody in their right mind would want to travel to Russia, especially at this time right now. What is the hardest boss you fought in a video game? Yeah, Raddick on elite difficulty. Thank you, Jacob. He was visiting a girl he was cheating on his wife with, and he got arrested in Russia? What? Okay, I've listened to the scammer videos you made, and I have to ask if you've seen Beekeeper yet. Also, Battle Station Pacific might be a good game to play in your downtime. Beekeeper. Isn't Beekeeper that movie with Jason Statham where he basically just goes after scammers? Isn't that, So I didn't know the guy was cheating on his wife, or, Yeah, I'm playing on hard difficulty. Okay, let me, I don't know what that is, Lamar. That drama, I have no idea what it is. There. Yeah, so, yeah, people are just cheering on for Mike Tyson just because he's a YouTuber then. Oh, crap. Nice one. Yeah, the Yao Guais don't like me. Pro, you're ignoring me, man. I'm sure you could read my comment, but you're not reading it. I have not been ignoring you, man. There's a lot of comments that have been coming up. Can you post your comment again? Ask me what you want to ask me, and I'll answer it. Thanks for joining golf on GTA earlier, Pro. Oh, that was you that I was playing golf with? Oh, that was, thank you, Lexi, for the super chat. Yeah, I was actually recording a video on GTA Online at that time, and while I was recording the video, I got a golf invite, and I was like, why don't I just join? And, it was actually kind of fun. That match was kind of fun. But it was kind of funny. The last hole that we were playing, it was like we all were messing up. Like, all of us. We just all had it in, like, the bad areas. It was just, the last hole, we all struggled on the last one. Who won? I did. Yeah, I'll tell you something, is that golf course in Los Santos is, like, so terribly designed. Like, it's just so... Because, first of all, have you noticed that, like, the area that's, like, right near the street at that intersection, there's no net, which means the golf balls could just go on the street and, like, hit a car or something. And secondly, there's so many trees. Like, would a golf course really have that many trees? Because it's just gonna ruin the shots. Let me see. Did Ahmed ask me his question yet? Ahmed, did you ask me your question? Well, it's fine, Ahmed. Just ask me what you want to ask me, and I'll answer it. Thank you, Carter. Yeah. But also, there's really nothing to spend your money on left on this game. Yep, that was not fun. The tennis. Tennis is probably the most boring activity in GTA Online. The most brutal video game character death? Yeah, I read your comment, Blade of Stars, earlier. Most brutal video game character death. My favorite GTA game, GTA 4, because of the New York setting, and it was just a more dark and grittier game. Which would I rather be, a werewolf or a vampire? Are we talking Skyrim specifically? Is that what you're talking about, Skyrim? It's 2 p.m. in the night in my country right now. Well, it's scary. 2 p.m. right now. So, you are... Wow, you're very far ahead of me. What country are you in, Ahmed? Yes, thank you for the super chat, Jacob. The thing about that is, I would say there's pros and there's cons to both of them, like being a werewolf or a vampire in the Elder Scrolls games. I would say that werewolves in the Skyrim world probably have it a lot easier, because like Bethesda just constantly keeps changing the lore. And, like, regarding, like, werewolves in Skyrim is, like, you know, they just don't become, like, werewolves when it's, like, a full moon. They just become werewolves whenever they want. So they have it a lot easier than vampires. I would say the plus side with a vampire is that with a vampire you pretty much have I would say immortality. You never really age. Technically you're dead. Yeah, you can basically live forever. You know, you are weaker to the sun. The sun doesn't kill you. If you're a Skyrim vampire, the sun's not gonna kill you. But that's like you're gonna be really weak and nauseous from like the sun. It's gonna make you exhausted. But yeah, I would say that I would say that that one thing that people don't talk about in the Elder Scrolls world, the pros and the cons of, like, you know, being a werewolf or a vampire, is they don't talk about the afterlife. Which, you know, if you are just going by strictly game logic, then you don't have to, you know, talk about that if you're just focusing on, you know, what build is better. But if you're just focusing on the lore aspect of it, I would say the werewolf afterlife isn't the worst. The vampire afterlife is actually terrifying. Like, it's horrible. Like, you know, the werewolf afterlife in the Elder Scrolls games would be way better than, like, the vampire afterlife. The vampire afterlife is just terrifying. So that's all I'll say about that. Like, people don't think about that. They don't think about the afterlife for, like, both a werewolf and a vampire in the Elder Scrolls games. Context? Well, you know, basically in the Elder Scrolls world is that the werewolf afterlife is basically like just a forest where, you know, they hunt for the rest of eternity with Hircine, which doesn't seem that horrible. But the vampire afterlife is Cold Harbor, which is basically like the closest thing to hell in like the in the Elder Scrolls games. And the Cold Harbor is like a very, you know, foggy place with constant lightning. It's not a good place to be in. I'll tell you, I honestly preferred the vampires in Oblivion. I like them way better than the vampires in Skyrim, because in Oblivion, if you went outside, you would burn to death in the sunlight. So you had to be careful playing as a vampire in Oblivion. That's one thing I liked about Oblivion. But like the reason they took that feature out, where the vampires don't die from the sunlight anymore, is because so many players were complaining about it. And then in Morrowind, when you were a werewolf in Morrowind, your character would basically become like a werewolf every single night, unless you had the Ring of Hircine. And people kept complaining about that too. And so they basically changed the lore completely in, like, Elder Scrolls, you know, Skyrim, where vampires don't die from the sun anymore, and, like, you know, werewolves don't transform, like, every single night. So they basically, like, they changed the lore because people were complaining. But, like, that's the whole point of being a vampire, is that you literally burn to death in the sunlight. So literally, I think that it was stupid how people complained about that so much in Oblivion. That's why the sun damage didn't come back in Skyrim, because people were complaining about it so much in Oblivion. I do think, though, correct me if I'm wrong, in Oblivion, if you played as a vampire in Oblivion, if you fed every single day, the sunlight wouldn't damage you, would it? Because I know that if you didn't feed, it would, like, really kill you really quickly, but if you fed every day, I don't think the sunlight did heal you. Can anyone confirm that? I don't think it hurt you at that point. You'd rather be a werewolf because vampires suck? I mean, it depends. It depends on which game you're playing. Professional, any thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows? Woke controversy. Well, I don't know what the controversy is about. What is it about, Mamba? Can you explain to me? Thank you for the super chat.
There you go, right there. You don't need to be here. Go away.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, you turn around and leave already.
Hey, get yourself out of there. You want I make you leave, huh?
Oh no. Oh, okay, Ryan. Thank you for confirming. While you're not reading my comment, Zombie, there's just so many comments that are coming up right now. Can you tell me what your question is? Why aren't you using free aim? I guess because I changed it last time because I was fighting that player in PvP, but I'll change it back to KSI. I've actually heard of him before, but I've never watched him. He's British, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh no, not this glitch. We got this glitch where this am I gonna play the Assassin's Creed series? I'll do a playthrough of it one day. I played for Assassin's Creed 1 some time ago. Would you agree that Mirac is an idiot for pledging servitude to Hermes Mora? Well, yeah, but he's also an idiot for betraying him. You know, you pledge yourself to a Daedric prince and then you betray them. Do you know, here's a question for you, Jacob. Thank you for the super chat. Do you know which Daedric prince would never betray you? Like, if you made a deal with a Daedric prince, do you know which Daedric prince would never betray you? Is it true that Russians portray brutality? Wait, what are you talking about, Hustler? What do you mean? I think this is Can I ask a PS5 controller question? Sure, Mystical. What's your question? Yes, Yakuza. I'll do it. I'll do it. People have requested that series for a long time too. I'll do it. Hircine, yes. I know some people say Hircine was the main antagonist at the end of Blood Moon, but here's the thing about Hircine is the reason Hircine isn't going to betray you is because Hircine just sees that as cowardly, you know, stuff like that. Hircine is basically all about honor, and so if Hircine wants to kill you, he's going to challenge you to a fight. That's basically what it is. He's not gonna like stab you in the back or something like that. Like if he actually wants to kill you, he's gonna challenge you to a fight. That's basically the type of person Hircine is. He's not the type of person who like lies and deceives and betrays like some of the other Daedra. They do that. Love from Germany. Thank you, Internet. Thank you, Internet. Mensch, if I'm reading your name correctly. What the hell? Okay. Yes, he is, Jacob. Do you know Darman? Darman is like that guy who does like those YouTube videos, like those YouTube like short story videos where it's like he's trying to teach a moral lesson like about bullying or like, you know, not paying people and stuff like that. Am I right? Like he's the one who does those videos, right? The little short stories with like the moral lessons. Is that the guy I'm thinking of? Am I right on that? I think he is. I think it was like, as I remember, the guy who did like those little short stories with like the moral lessons, like his name was Man at the end, like something. I think that's yes, that's him. Wasn't he involved in like a controversy though, where he didn't pay his workers? Wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the one? Is that the guy? Is that the guy who was involved in that? Because I know there was this one YouTuber who was like he constantly like uploaded videos on like really bad bosses. And yet, it turns out that he was actually not even paying his employees properly. So even though he did, like, videos on, like, scumbag bosses, he wasn't even paying his employees properly. Was that him? Hey, Aussie guy. Who do you think Claude would respect more, work for Mr. House or Mr. Caesar or Mr. House? What are your thoughts on the new Daedric Prince? There's a new Daedric Prince, so they're making new gods now? I have never heard of this new Daedric Prince. Where is this new Daedric Prince from? Because this is a new Daedric Prince? Ephalia? Let me look this Daedric Prince up. What Elder Scrolls game is she in if she's a new one? Oh, is this Elder Scrolls Online? Because Elder Scrolls Online, the Daedric Prince of Paths. She has the ability to alter fate and shape destiny to her liking. Isn't Azura the Daedric god who actually created the Dark Elves? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh crap. Red Dead Revolver, yeah, I'll play it one day. The next lore video that I have planned, it might be a video on all the gangs that Claude pissed off, or a video on Vault 106. The hell? Wait, he's alive? Is he slowly falling? What? Wait. Where? What? Yeah, I don't know what's going on right here. Okay, it'll make it a little easier to capture some of them.
You little prick. Man, I'm afraid I don't get loose. God damn. When it's my turn, you're gonna wish I only tied you up.
Mental health part 3. I will do a video this month talking about like toxic YouTubers and like the YouTubers who guilt trip their audience. I'll talk about those people. Do you regret working in retail for so long? Yes, I do.
Whoa, what the hell?
Can psychopaths feel bad for what they've done or talk themselves out of doing something because it's morally wrong? No. Not every single person that's a psychopath is going to be doing horrible things, but because they have no empathy, they're more prone to doing horrible things. But what I will say is the number one thing that's going to stop psychopaths from doing horrible things are consequences. That's what they're going to think of. They're going to think of consequences, and then they're going to think of risk and reward. Is the reward worth the risk? That's what they're basically going to think of. They're never going to think of it like, oh, this is horrible, a horrible thing to do. They're just going to think of it as the consequences.
All right, march him into a cell there, and we'll settle up.
I don't know what you mean, DK. What are you talking about? Yeah, I haven't worked in retail for over 4 years now, and I'm actually kind of happy. Can you do a lore video on everything Big Smoke ordered at Cluckenbill? Can you make a video on the bad AI voice chat in GTA Online? Because I got falsely accused of saying bad stuff when all I did was ask Agree for why he blew my stuff up. Wait, what happened? Did you get like a message or a pop-up notification or something like that? I'll tell you something. Those AI like chat monitoring things they have like in video games is like stupid and it's broken and it doesn't work. And literally, I'll tell you something. One time, my friend had his cargo destroyed by this guy. He lost like a lot of cargo. He sends the guy a message just cursing at him, just calling him an asshole for basically what he did. And do you know what the guy did? The guy reported that message to Sony. And so my friend basically got his messages deleted, got a warning from Sony right after that. And that's like, that's like a perfect example of like the thing being broken. And that's also why you shouldn't message random people too, even if that person's like a griefer and stuff like that, because they can turn that stuff against you. I'll tell you, I have actually been reported by griefers before. But when I've been reported by griefers, I have been reported, the only time a report that a griefer made actually hurt me was on Call of Duty. That was the only time that it actually, it actually affected me. Because what happened was, like, a couple months back, is WRV, are you still here, man? Because I know WRV was here when this happened. I don't know if WRV is still here. But I know he was here earlier in the stream. But anyways, it was me and my friend WRV. We were playing, like, DMZ, like, a couple months back. It was on Modern Warfare 2. And for people that are confused on DMZ, on Call of Duty, DMZ is kind of like similar to GTA in that when you see other players, you don't have to kill them. It's like you have the choice of whether you want to kill them or not. So just because you see other players doesn't necessarily make them your enemy. So like you can team up with other players, you can work together with other players, you don't have to kill them. The game doesn't require you to kill the other players, but there's only one life. If you go down, you can get revived if you die. But if everybody on your team dies, you get eliminated. Unless you join another team. But anyways, we were trying to go to Koshi Complex. Anybody who's played DMZ, you know Koshi Complex. It's like this little ruined area, like kind of like this ancient tomb that like leads to this underground bunker. And so we're trying to go to Koshi Complex, and there's another team there. We get into a fight with that other team. It's 3 versus 3. We down 2 of them, they down 2 of us. And then it's basically my friend is the only one that's left, and then there's another guy, and then there's one other guy left on the other team. And basically, what happens is, I tell the other guy while I'm down, I say to the other player, I'm like, you know, let my friend pick us both up, we will leave, we'll go to Koshi Complex, and then you can go and pick your friends up, and we'll all leave. And, you know, he's all like, no problem, that's fine. And you know what ends up happening is, my friend, as he's reviving me, that other player comes up behind him, just shoots him, kills him, and just takes all his stuff. After he agreed to that. And I got pissed. I was pissed at that point. Like, I don't curse a lot in games, but I was annoyed that, like, somebody does something so scummy like that. Like, if you want to fight, if you want to do PvP, then you say, no, we finished this. We kill both of each other. But don't lie and say you're friendly and stuff like that just to kill, like, another player and take his stuff. That's such a scummy thing to do. I don't care for the people that tell me it's part of the game. It's like, that's such a scummy thing to do. It's honestly something that a scumbag would do. And so I got pissed at the guy. I literally called him a piece of shit. That's literally what I did. I don't curse a lot, but I literally called the guy that. I literally got pissed at him. I was annoyed at him. And I got off the game shortly after that. I logged in like a couple weeks later, and after I logged into DMZ, do you know what happened? I got a notification for foul language, and it said that if I do it again, I'm gonna get like suspended or banned or something like that. It was like a little pop-up saying like, warning, if you do it again, you know, you're gonna get. And I think the guy reported me. The guy was laughing about it, so the guy literally lied to us, betrayed us, took our stuff, and then after I called him a piece of crap, he reported me. And I got a notification for that, and honestly, it pissed me off. It did annoy me, and so that's that's why I try to not use game chat also, because it's a perfect example of like something like that. That's honestly just so scummy. And people are probably listening to this and probably like laughing at this, because like I barely curse, I almost never curse, and yet I got a warning for foul language on Call of Duty. So if I got a warning for foul language on Call of Duty, I can imagine the amount of people that got falsely banned for foul language on Call of Duty. Like that's like damn. They care more about moderating speech and moderating bad behavior. Yeah, I would agree with that. You're the most polite YouTuber I know. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wanted to say, thanks, Pat. Your streams help cheer me up. My uncle passed away back in February from cancer tumor. Thanks, man. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Phoenix. I hope everything's okay. If you ever want to talk, just let me know. I'm doing better. That's good. Yo, Pro, my buddy just bought me Reddit Online and never played it. I'm in for it, ain't I? Well, here's the thing is, Reddit Online, if you are a new player and you've never played Reddit Online can actually be a very fun game if you're a new player, because you're gonna have plenty of stuff to do. You know, the moonshine business, the story missions, the trader, collector, bounty hunter, a naturalist, so you're gonna have plenty of stuff to do. But once you complete everything, you're gonna get bored. Once you complete everything, that's what I'll say about it.
I know you're here. Might as well show yourself.
Hard? Who goes there?
Make it easy and come out.
We got him! Hey! Out of here! Go on. Don't get yourself scared.
Pro, I was there. I remember it on DMZ. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you were there, Brandon. I'm sorry I didn't see you in chat earlier. You were there when that happened, when we dealt with that scumbag. I remember one of the most toxic players that I ever encountered on DMZ is I had this one guy once just say, you know, friendly, don't shoot. And I said, okay, you want to team up? He's like, yeah, invite me. And so I'm sending the guy out multiple invites to the squad. The guy doesn't join the squad. I'm sending out multiple invites. Then do you know what he does? He just shoots me, kills me, and takes all my stuff. And I said, like, dude, why'd you do that? You said you were friendly. And you know what he says to me? He says to me, shut up, it's part of the it's part of the game. Go get a girlfriend, go outside. Like, he just literally said that to me. It's like, literally, seriously? It's like, that's how scummy some people are in the game. Like, they will pretend to be, like, friendly, and then they'll do stuff like that. Never trust in Call of Duty. Well, not, like, on DMZ, I'll never trust that. Players. And I've learned a very important lesson. I've learned a very important lesson on DMZ, and the lesson that I've learned on DMZ is when people ask me to revive them like other players, is I'm only gonna revive them when I wipe their whole team. So I'm never reviving somebody unless I wipe their whole team, because I've had it where people are like, hey, can you get me up? I get them up, and then they just leave my squad, join their squad, and come back and kill us. So, like, I'm not getting people up in DMZ until, like, until I literally wipe the squad. Oh yeah, Scarface was a great game. Oh, I know you can do that, Raiden, I know. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, that's a giant super chat right there. Thank you, Jacob. I remember playing Call of Duty once with my brother. He was firing shots rapidly, so I couldn't get a good shot at him. Instead, I jumped and threw a grenade. It landed on his head and blew him up while he was still shooting. It was funny as hell. Thank you. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, man, for the super chat. It's the largest super chat I've gotten today. And let me... That's Swedish crowns, right? Thank you, man. Thank you, Jacob. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. Do you know, I'll tell you something, do you know what game I've seen that has the, oh crap, bear. Do you know what game I've seen that actually has the most friendliest, players ever? Like, people are just so friendly on that game. I have only encountered one toxic person ever on that game. Only once. So, does anybody know what game I'm thinking of? I'll give a hint. It's an open world game. It's online and has like the most friendliest people ever. It says people are just so not nice and kind on that game, and it's not Reddit Online. So it's does anybody know what game I'm thinking of? It's like people on that game are just so nice.
I have some ideas. Bon, listen carefully.
Did my chat freeze?
You will make a delivery now. Yes? It is not glamorous work, but it is your specialty, and it is essential.
Oh, chat's okay.
You,
Yep, you guys got it. Fallout 76 is people on Fallout 76 are like so nice, like they're so kind.
Today are like your American meat and
You know, I'll tell you something. When I was playing Fallout 76, when I was playing Fallout 76 like a couple years ago, I was only level 10, and I saw a guy that was like over level 100 whatever. He was like a super high level, and he was just running towards me, like in power armor, and I was just scared. And like I thought he was just gonna come and kill me, and I just kept running away from him, and he just kept chasing me. And eventually, like when he caught up to me, he didn't even have a mic, and you know what he was doing? He literally he was doing like an emote, and he was like pointing. And basically, it was like a paper bag that he dropped. And, like, the paper bag had, like, literally, like, 20 stim packs in that, like, so many meds and, like, ammo and just all this other stuff. And he just basically gave that to me for free. And this wasn't even somebody that I knew from my channel. Like, I wasn't even streaming. Like, it was just, like, just some random guy that, like, ran up to me, saw I was, like, a low level, and gave me, like, tons of free stuff. Like, I've never seen somebody do something like that in the game before. Like, I thought, if this was, like, GTA, I thought he was gonna come to kill me. Like, it was just, like, so people in that game are just so nice and kind. Like, I've never encountered any toxic people in that game. I never even, in the Fallout 76 community is, like, so nice that I haven't even had anybody ever shoot at me in, like, years. The last time I had somebody shoot at me was, like, in 2018. So, literally, I run past players all the time. I haven't had anybody shoot at me. That's it. And there's a trophy to kill, 20 players, but I feel bad even doing that, because people are just so nice in that game. It's, Oh, I play a lot of different games. Professional, you're too trusting for your own good. 50% of the games in the 50% of the people in those games are live action role playing as Gary Smith. Thank you, Sloppy, for the super chat. Wait. Thanks, Jacob and Sloppy. Do I play Need for Speed games? No, I haven't. Why are you dressed up as Handsome Haas from Roblox Arsenal? What? Who's that?
Might as well take a look. look in the wagon, huh?
Yeah, I just looked him up. I'm not dressed like that. Okay, this guy's taking way too long. You know, you're taking too long. I'm passing here. This NPC was check. He was just taking out his book constantly and just. Thank you, Merp. Oh, that's a good point. Francisca and Manfred both got shot in their right shoulder. Yeah, I didn't realize that too. Have I been in a Ford Expedition? Probably not. Let me look it up. No, I've never been in a Ford Expedition. I looked up what it looked like. No, I've never been in one of those. Who are the worst types of scammers? That's a good question. All kinds are really the worst. I don't know now that I think about it, because like this, all of them are just such scumbags. Fallout 76 was a terrible one. Yeah, when it came out, it was horrible. But the thing is, though, is that Fallout 76 is a good game these days. It's like it's not amazing, but it's like 10 times better than what it was at launch.
There's a familiar face. I know it's a lot, but I really do have everything you need. Food throughout the shop, fishing bait.
What's the funniest glitch you've seen or experienced? The Sean glitch in Heavy Rain. I've never experienced it, but I've seen a video on it. It's the funniest glitch I've ever seen in a video game. It's the Sean glitch. Just look up Sean glitch Heavy Rain. It's just the funniest glitch I've ever seen in a video game ever. I don't think anything will ever beat it. Sean! Yup, that's it. The character glitches out so much that he's just constantly screaming Sean. Like he just won't stop. Sean! Sean! Yep, that's...
Mister? So it goes. Yeah, I heard.
Okay. Okay, let's join this. Mechanic scam is the worst one. I wouldn't say mechanic scam is the worst one because you're still getting... I mean, your car is ending up getting fixed, but you're just getting overcharged for all the parts. There are scams like that target elderly people and just steal all of their retirement money. Yeah, scammers that target kids are the worst ones, I would say. Did I guess who the origami killer was on my first playthrough? No. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Lancaster, you gotta be kidding me. With that, I hate when people use that gun. I'm using a Litchfield, by the way. See the GTA 6 screenshots. Dead X. He's this very small Red Dead Redemption YouTuber. He loves your content, and he wants to say and he wants you to say happy birthday in a John Marston voice. So, happy birthday, dude. Dead X. I don't know if I could do a John Marston voice, but. Oh, come on. This is just gonna be I know what this is gonna be right now. This is just gonna be Lancaster headshot spam. That's all this is gonna be pretty much the entire time now. There we go. Of course. I couldn't even use the tonic in time. This is honestly, I just honestly hate when people play like this, or just Lancaster and just do nothing but just headshots. The most overrated game of all time? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Why are people use that gun? Because yeah, Lancaster is really the most overpowered gun in the game. It's just such a fast fire rate, and it's just so accurate. It's why people people spam. They spam the Lancaster. Did I even kill her? I didn't even kill her. I'm gonna say that is just stupid. Like you look at that. It's like I'm firing 3 express rounds from a Springfield rifle, and I just hit them in the chest, and they're not even dead. And it just poop, 1 Lancaster headshot. That's it. You're done. Instant go down. That's just why I've always hated the headshot spam in Red Dead Online personally. Great, I got flanked too. Yeah, we're not gonna win this. It's just dealing with somebody's Lancaster spamming. That's his shotgun now. I know what's gonna happen here. Yep. Shotgun in those. It's... Yeah, this is what I gotta say. I mean, the guy beat me fair and square, but I will say is just because he beat me doesn't mean I have to like the PvP, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. Is that it's just so broken. Is that people just run these ridiculous builds, these tank builds, and what they will do is they'll just instantly headshot you, Lancaster, instant headshot, Lancaster, etc. For people wondering why I don't use that stuff, it's because I just don't like using the Lancaster rifle. I just personally think it's overpowered. I think it's just stupid, so I just don't touch it. I stay away from that thing personally. I just think it's dumb. Yeah. How do you like those sniper shotguns in Modern Warfare? Oh, I haven't played Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer in a long time, like months now. Yeah, I mean, there are certain stores that will fix stick drift, but you begin to ask yourself, you know, how much is it going to cost, and is it going to be worth it fixing it? Yeah, it's just, like, this is exactly what I'm talking about, though. It's like somebody's AFK here. Is that, look, if you want to run a tank build, fine. But there is no reason why somebody should take 3 express rounds from a Springfield rifle to the chest, and they'll still be alive, and then an instant headshot from a Lancaster just like that. That is, it's just, I never liked that. I just think it's stupid. It's like instant headshot from the Lancaster, that's it, poof, dead. But then, literally, you're just firing, like, just express rounds and just all of this. And if you guys want to know how broken the Lancaster and those tank builds are, is a perfect example of that is, like, you know, here. I run a lot of damage cards, so focus fire, when Deadeye is active, I do more damage. So when I'm using Deadeye, I do more damage. I use express rounds because they do more damage. Each consecutive shot on the same target does more damage, so my second and my third shot is going to do more damage. And then, as I get closer to death, I do more damage. So I'm, like, running, like, you know, max damage cards and just express rounds and just firing to the chest, and it's doing pretty much nothing. And then somebody can just take a Lancaster and just instant headshot you like that. That's just why I just didn't like that, personally. Yeah, I honestly, I think using the same gun over and over is boring. That's why I use such a weird class. That's why I use the Springfield rifle and the Litchfield, and, like, I'm running semi-automatic pistol and Cattleman, is because I want to use the guns that people almost never use. Like, I don't want to use the guns that people are just constantly going to be using the same guns over and over again. No, I'm probably not gonna play it on, I'm probably not gonna play on, PC, Ghost of Tsushima. I'll probably play on PlayStation again. My favorite Skyrim antagonist? I think that Skyrim was overall a great game. But I don't think a lot of the antagonists were that interesting in Skyrim. I think that if you want to know my favorite Elder Scrolls antagonist, I don't even remember the guy's name, but my favorite antagonist in an Elder Scrolls game was that Dark Brotherhood guy, the guy who infiltrated the Dark Brotherhood, and he wanted revenge on them for killing his mother, and so he, like, rose to Speaker, and then, like, he switched out all the letters to, like, get you to kill all the wrong targets, and then, like, you have to kill him at the end when he tries to hurt the Night Mother. That was, that was probably my favorite antagonist in an Elder Scrolls game. That guy, I forget his name, but... Public button. Next Ace Attorney part tomorrow. The DualSense does have stick drift. I don't know who told you that it doesn't have stick drift. The DualSense, the DualSense can very much have stick drift. The reason that the DualSense Edge can have stick drift, but here's the thing about the DualSense Edge is technically if you can get the sticks for the right price, you will, you'll save a bit of money over time just because you'll replace the sticks for $15 instead of buying a new controller for like $70. But it's, it very much can get stick drift. Don't listen to the people who say it can't get stick drift because it can. As a person who survived being shot 7 times in the chest of a Lancaster, I can confirm that their bullets are made of confetti. Thank you, Sloppy MC Floppy. Murag, Tong, aren't those the dark elf assassins? No problem, Aussie guy. Who do I think is the biggest idiot in Skyrim? Delphine. No, I would not want to live in feudal Japan. The samurai were scumbags in that time period. People think that the samurai were like these really honorable, like good people, but in reality, a lot of them were actually scumbags. They abused the poor, they abused the peasants, they treated them like crap, they looked down on people all the time. Why does Dolphin try and make us kill our most loyal ally? You mean Delphine, but yeah, Delphine's just an idiot. Hey, professional only videos today? Not right now at the moment. But tomorrow I'm gonna have a Red Dead video. Thank you, Jacob. Oh, and Jacob, right, because you're in Sweden. What do you think of the Nords in Skyrim? Because I know that the Nords in Skyrim are based on the Vikings. The Imperials, I know, are based on the Romans. Are limited time controllers worth holding on to, not opening up? If you plan on selling them one day, sure. But if you just plan on like putting them on hanging up on your wall, not really. I mean, if you're gonna buy like a limited time edition controller, that, like, you know, maybe 20 years from now is going to be, like, worth a lot of money. Maybe, but, you know, if you're going to either use it or, you know, sell it, it's, Ace and Queen. No matching cards. Okay. Check here. Xbox controllers are better than PlayStation ones. Yeah, I would say the Elite controllers are. They're better built. Yeah, the samurai were kind of like the winged hussars in a way. They weren't as honorable as like a lot of people think they are. Nice. Look at that hand, right? No, they aren't. Look up the joysticks. Where do I even have it? Do I even have it here? I do. This is, this right here. This is the Elite Series 2 Xbox controller. About this controller here. I've had this controller for years. I use this controller for all my PC game playthroughs. So whenever you see me play PC games, if I can play the PC game with a controller, I'll use that controller. And here's the thing about that controller. Is that controller, I've never had stick drift with it. I've had no issues with that controller ever. I've had so many stick drifts with so many PlayStation controllers, it's ridiculous. We got one matching card. I don't know much about the new Assassin's Creed game. Oh wow, I got a really good hand here, okay. I haven't even watched the trailer yet. I know it's like in Japan. Okay, now I'm gonna win this here. Emu, have I ever played Elden Ring? No, I haven't. Have I ever played a broken a controller from getting frustrated at the game? A long time ago. Very, very long time ago. Like, it was like on the old Call of Duty games, like Modern Warfare 2, like back in like 2010. I win. I just destroyed everyone. Somebody stuck at the door. I know. And I'm going here. Doubled my money. When you win a lot like this, you leave. I always play as a Nord unless I'm playing as a bad guy. Then I play as a Dark Elf. Also, I can confirm that a lot of the Nords in Skyrim actually sound very Swedish. Even Mirak. Oh, thank you, Jacob. When I played through the Elder Scrolls games, I played and are you trying to like role play like Meringue Tongue like Dark Elf Assassin? Is that what you're trying to do? they're in Elder Scrolls Online. In Elder Scrolls Online, my character's a dark elf. Typically every single Elder Scrolls game I would play as a Imperial. Pretty much every Elder Scrolls game I played as. I remember I used to play poker at the end of your Red Dead Online streams. I do, always. When's the next LA Noire video? Tomorrow. Why did you get the DualSense Edge if it still had stick drift? Well, I didn't expect it to get stick drift so quickly, and I always replace the sticks on it. So I just buy more sticks and I replace it. Yeah, I bought it for a review, Wasabi Guy. When's the Nigeria police video gonna be? Next week. Next week it'll be up. It's like a video where I called the Nigerian cyber crimes police and I tried to get them to basically go after this scammer, and they didn't do anything. Hats or beanies? Hats. Thoughts on doing giveaways? Giveaways... The thing about doing giveaways is giveaways are very, Whenever you do a giveaway, is like people, like huge amounts of people are always convinced it's rigged. So like whenever a YouTuber does a giveaway, even when like that giveaway is completely legit and completely sincere, is like there are so many people in the comments that always think that it's rigged and that the YouTuber has already chosen the person beforehand. That's what a lot of people think about giveaways. So it's like I tend to stay away from that. I haven't done a giveaway in like years. What I do is I do charity streams. That's what I do. And my charity stream is actually going to be coming up soon because I do a charity stream every May and June. And so I want to do a charity stream soon. Probably either at the end of this month or if I don't get to it at the end of this month, June. I'll do that. And also, as for my charity streams, I always donate live on my charity streams. So I donate hundreds of my own dollars live. I do it live during the stream. I'm not a hypocrite where I ask people to donate to charities, but I don't do it myself. I do it live. I'll just have to think about. I haven't decided what charity I'm gonna do yet. Maybe I'll do St. Jude's again because people really like St. Jude's. But I'll think about which one I'm gonna do. What game are you gonna play next charity stream? We'll probably do GTA 4. That's what we'll probably do for a charity stream. Oh. Oh, okay. What would GTA 6 have to do for you to consider to be the best GTA? A really good detailed map, tons of activities, a really good economy, and, a really good economy, and what I would say is, dark storyline, yeah. The thing of, well, GTA 4 technically does have taxi missions, but the taxi missions are with Roman early on in the game. Fortunately, you can't do them afterwards. GTA 4 does have some good humor. For imagine Jimmy and Russell from Bully versus the cringe role characters if they got into a fight. Also, you should make a poll on this. Yeah, that would be kind of funny one to do. Okay, hang on a second. I'll do a poll on this, actually. This will be a funny poll to do. Second here. What the? Okay. Okay, I don't know what that was about.
Hey, listen, I'm just passing by, all right?
Okay. Oh, come on, seriously. Great, damn. I don't know what that was about. Are they stream sniping you? No, I think they're just a bunch of random people. They see me by myself in the town and they just decided to attack me. That's all it was. Okay, let me make this poll then. I made the poll. Okay, I made the poll. The poll's kind of funny. Wanted? What? Crime committed? But no. It was self-defense. Damn, I can't even get a shot over here. Okay, so I guess we'll probably wrap this stream up here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. You guys have any last questions you wanna ask me before I go here? The Sindako Chronicles. Oh, I'll play them one day. I just don't know when, but I'll play them one day. My favorite Assassin's Creed game, I would say probably Assassin's Creed 1, because I just really like that time period in the story. How do I play with viewers? How do I join? Oh, I would have to add you, Merp. Maybe one day I'll play the Resident Evil games. Altair was iconic. Okay, guys. Will I do any lore in Ace Attorney? Yes, I was thinking about doing a lore video, maybe on the case with Kristoff. Because in the original Apollo Justice, because do you know what the moral lesson in that case was, though? The moral lesson in that case, it was that why jury trials are always better than trials by judge. Revolver was originally a Capcom game before they canceled it, and Rockstar bought it? What? I never knew that. Well, they really lost something then. But probably if Capcom made Red Dead, maybe it might not have been as good as you know, Rockstar did. Because Rockstars are really the king of open world games. Capcom doesn't really make that many open world games. They made Dead Rising, I know that, but I don't know what happened to them, Guilted. That ending was a bit crazy. You're gonna have insane testimony next Ace Attorney part. Oh, so you know how that case ends? Well, I guess we'll see it then, Officer Soldierist. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this stream, do drop a like, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful